brick is one of the hottest trends right now, and you may be considering transforming your home. But then there's always those questions. Is the job too big for me? What happens if I choose the wrong colour? Painting brick is like getting a tattoo. Once you've got it, it's a world of pain to remove it. But don't worry, I've got some tips and tricks to get you on the right track. When selecting an exterior paint, there's a few things that you want to avoid, and that's choosing the colour under an interior light or inside the house. It can dramatically change the true colour. So you want to take the colour outside, but not in full sun. Here, I've got 4 sample boards. So let's find a good spot to set them up. And here is a perfect spot because we've got things like this aluminium window and these sandstone boulders that are not going anywhere. They're going to be staying, so you need to make sure that the colour works in with them. Also, you want to think about things like the gutter, or maybe you might have tiled roof or a tin roof. You really want the colour to work with everything that is around. Now, you don't need to make your decision straight away. Sit with the colour for a few days before locking it in. The owner of this house has a patio area that is built out of the same brick as the house. It's a great place to start. If you're happy with the results, you can do the whole house. Now, the colour we've chosen is black, and the name is Black. When painting brick, there's a few pros and cons that you want to consider. It's going to boost curb appeal, it gives you protection from the elements, it's easy to keep clean, and it's pretty permanent. But there's also a few things that you want to steer clear of. You never want to paint over mouldy or deteriorating bricks or loose mortar. Now, we're lucky enough that these are in good condition. It's had a nice high pressure hose, so it's ready for painting. The type of paint is crucial. You want to make sure you use something like this, which is designed for the harsh Australian conditions. It's self-priming, which means you won't have to put a prep coat on the walls before you start, and it won't chip, flake or blister.
Give me love, 'cause your love is all I need.
Beautiful. And while that dries, I've got an idea for a bench seat in this area. And it starts with this 90 by 45 tree of pine. The first thing I'm going to do is cut everything up to size and make the frame. With our sides marked out, I can now pre-drill everything and screw it off with 100mm bugle screws.
Gravity, even so, the garden grows, and the more you and me.
With the frame complete, I'm now going to paint the whole thing black. That way, it camouflages into the brickwork. And to finish it off, I'm going to be cladding it with this Merbau decking, or Merbau, whichever you want to call it. I'm going to start with the piece on the edge. And the tip here is, when you're screwing into the face and across the top, we're just putting the screws a little bit off-centre from our 45. That way, we don't hit the bugle screws that we use to screw the frame together. Now screw them off with these 50mm stainless steel screws. I need a straight line for where my screws are going to go, and instead of using a pencil, I'm using a chalk line. That way, it just rubs off nice and easy, and there's no need to sand. Our bench seat all screwed off. The last thing I need to do before we put it in place is oil it with a natural oil.
Never know if you're wasting my time. Never know if you're wasting my time. Never know if you're wasting mine. Do you think it's love?
Beautiful. With the walls painted and this beautiful bench seat in, all we need now is some finishing touches in this area.
Do you think it's love?
magic of paint has totally transformed this area. Now, the homeowner can decide whether they paint their whole house or not. And if you like the look of this coffee table, make sure you watch it in a few weeks' time because I'll show you how to make it. Now, what can I say? I think this new area is smoking hot. It's time for me to have a scone.